That is valid. Okay. Yeah. So, hello everyone. We are back to play some more Ink for session 3 out of 4. So we're almost done. We're halfway there. Um, maybe living on a prayer. I don't know.
No,
Anyway,
Well,
I'm not
yeah,
singing.
that's fair. uh, do either of you want to give a recap while we're waiting on Mika?
Yes.
Stuff happened.
Everybody went into the river a whole bunch of times, which I guess meant we died. They had
I thought you
fought
were just gonna say
something.
everybody died, like a lot.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
not incorrect.
um, they had fought like a harpy or something and ended up
Hearing.
dying. Yeah. And I fought with like asked for the manager enough times that I kept getting killed.
Oh my
And
god, you
so
were the Karen to Charon.
that was what I was going for, my friend.
Amazing. Amazing.
I was definitely asking to see their manager.
Mhm.
I was not happy about being dead. Um, and yeah, so we all ended up dead at the same time and got back on a boat. And this time we rode through stops 1 and 2 and decided to take off at stop 3 just randomly. And nobody knows, by the way, nobody knows where anybody else is getting off. You just pick. So everybody probably should pick 3
Yeah,
because
nobody knows. Because
well,
Red and Lemon
not
definitely
Rain.
don't know.
Definitely not Rain. Rain doesn't know where anybody's going.
Rain doesn't know fuck all.
Exactly. So anyway, then we went to 3, which was definitely the nicest stop by far that we had seen. But there was a big old maze that was kind of protecting it because we were sneaking in. Although we may have just been able to walk in because I don't
It
feel like they were being really.
it was guarded, so like you would have been like essentially carded by like the bouncers, but the maze was more like a decoration than a protection. Just kind of like ringing Elysium.
We're
Yeah.
just kind of stupid.
And
No, you're very
uh
pretty. You're very pretty.
Tess blew up some bugs, some brass bugs,
And your friends.
and my friends, but not that time. The brass bugs I did by just blowing up the bugs.
Yeah.
Then later we were definitely um fighting a bear cow man thing.
It's called a
And
bull bear in the book. Just FYI.
sure. Okay. And then I did accidentally blow up my friends and myself. It's fine.
We got better. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Death is it's like a Hades run. Haha.
Yeah.
Just
That's
keep getting better.
honestly slightly stalling until Mika gets here, but like also, we'll start without him if we have to. I do, and I think I've already said this, maybe on recording, maybe off. Like I like the lore that Ink comes with. I think it's really cool. There are like concepts and things in it, but also it's so much clearly taking inspiration from the Hades games that I'm like, I can't not do Hades for this. Like I just gotta.
So, does that mean that I'm going to meet a cute spider girl in the woods? Because
Maybe.
as we all
Asking
know,
for a friend.
asking for a friend, but spider girls need to be romanceable options if I meet Arachne is all I'm saying.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure from some of our other conversations, you like one specific spider girl. The rest, little
Arachne.
iffy.
Arachne in Hades 2. Yes, that is the girl. The one I want to romance.
She's very cute. You're valid. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, Moros has my ass, but
I have unfortunately kind of decided to hang out with Dura, but also my heart still belongs to Arachne.
I did not realize until entirely too late, which is typical of me in real life and in video games, that people were romanceable. I've definitely done that IRL, and I apologize to anyone listening to this later because I'm not editing all of this. It's just us being us. But like I've definitely done that in real life where it's like didn't realize you were interested for a very long time until they made it very obvious, and I was like, oh, I don't feel stupid right now at all.
My current partner, the person I'm actively dating, we've been dating for over a year now. I say that because I didn't realize that she had a crush on me until she like drunk texted me like, "Hey, I think you're really cute," and all this other stuff, and I was like, "Oh, okay, wait, what do you mean?"
You're like, as a
Zero.
friend?
Yeah, no, it was so funny because then
Just
she was
really
like,
like you as a friend.
no, but she was like, "Yeah, I thought we were like flirting for all these months," and I was like, "No."
Oh my god,
And she
that's
like
so
pointed out
relatable,
all this
Elliot.
stuff, and
Well,
I was
do
like,
you want to
"What?"
flirt, Elliot? Because I'm texting now.
All of our mutual friends later were like, "Yeah, we also thought that was like flirting," and I was like, "Oh no."
You're like, why did no one mention this sooner?
Yeah.
Because it was
Go.
so obvious.
You know, that's kind of what one of them said at least.
Yeah, that is 100% entirely too relatable. I feel attacked right now. On that note, let's actually get into this game a little bit, just a tiny, tiny bit. Yeah, so you all left as you were entering Elysium. You had essentially Wile E. Coyote the bull bear into the wall over and over until you made a hole and broke into what is more or less the equivalent of heaven for the Greek mythology afterlife. Elysium is a land of ease and leisure. Like it is a very all of your needs are met. Like you don't want for anything. You
Until
can
you get to Theseus and the Minotaur, but
I mean, listen, yes. And then you just want to kill the Minotaur because he's a dick. Actually, it's more Theseus than anything.
I was gonna say,
I was gonna
Asterius
say,
is okay. He's my homeboy. He could use better taste, though.
yeah, needs better friends for sure. But yeah, you definitely like as you're looking around would see a lot of statuary. You would see that there are dozens and dozens of statues of different gods and goddesses, of different Greek heroes, some of whom you would probably see here in Elysium. Yes, Aaron.
are they nude?
Duh.
Okay, just asking. I needed to know.
You would also notice that you're a little bit out of place because you are, well, I guess not Kess, because Kess is a bird, but Red and Lemon would be a little bit out of place because they are wearing clothes.
Oh, guys, you should probably get naked.
No, I am noticing that it seems like everyone else is bare. Hmm. Well, my main concern though, Hess, is if I take these off, you know how every time we die we come back, right?
Right.
Am
You
I
don't want
going
everybody to see your snake. I got you. You want to keep that secret for when the bad guys come at you. I get it.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
still
keep the
think
python under wraps.
exactly.
I
mean,
think yeah.
I think that we all have some sort of special power, so maybe somebody else has poison snake powers too.
Okay, you think so? You think that I
Yeah.
won't get too many stares?
No. And if they do, they're just appreciating.
Red's gonna look down, and again, it's that weird thing of like, Red sure has a physical body, but the details are still a little blurry. I do think looking at Red, you're starting to get a sense of like about how tall Red is. And like, very average built, not like overly muscular, but not like particularly like thin or anything. But there's still the details are not quite there yet.
Less like a
Uh
rubber Gumby toy.
yeah, yeah. We're getting a little closer to like almost like when you have one of those like plastic mystery bags and you kind of like press around it because you're trying to figure out which like little dudes inside, you're kind of getting to that, right? Um and I think very, very slowly Red will, I guess, untie, right? Because that's how you put on
The
yeah,
chitin.
so just
Yeah.
chitin. I was like, chiton?
Yeah.
Nope.
There's generally some kind of like brooch or pin that holds
Okay,
it together.
yeah.
Yeah.
Say toga. It makes them really happy.
Well, I know it's not a
That's
toga, so I didn't call it a toga.
Thank
But
you. Thank
yes,
you.
chitin.
Ask me who has
Will
called it toga numerous times.
numerous times even. Um, but I think that in kind of that very awkward way is still holding the chitin over their like crotch,
I will say, as you spend more and more time in Elysium, I think that you would become a little more solid. Even, you've been a little bit
Oh.
translucent. Your spirits, but all three of you would become a little bit more solid. Uh, we'll ask Mika how solid he gets since he's a little bit more amorphous than the rest of you. But yeah, maybe it's something about the warmth here or the fact that it is very bright. Everywhere else that you've been, you can only see so far. Even in the last area, you could see a decent ways when there were torches, but beyond that, speaking of,
Yes. Hello.
hello.
There you
We
are,
were just
Lemon. We
talking
were all
about you.
just getting undressed.
Oh, okay.
Get naked.
Yeah. That's normal. That's fine.
Lemon does not
Uh,
hesitate at all.
Probably not, honestly. No. Um, yeah, I need to message real quick. So yeah, so I've got about an hour before I for sure have to jump off.
Sweet.
But we're still scheduled for Friday though, right?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Perfect. Awesome.
And we were actually just talking about you slash Lemon right before you showed up, though.
Oh.
What would happen? The other two have gotten a little bit more solid as they've spent more time here in Elysium. Would Lemon stay sort of in a specific form, or would he be a little bit more kind of amorphous still? Like you had mentioned, he's not quite stable in his form.
I think for the most part, he's pretty solid like this entire time because of his past, his history. He My mind's just been blanking the past 2 hours. Yeah, like right now, it might not be his true form. Because I think I know, because going with the Citreus, I think he is more like Roman, but as we established, like we've got the knowledge of everything in this world,
Right.
kind of like. So right now he's just dressed in a suit, very, very
Okay.
everyman, and that's just kind of how he's looked. Maybe a little, like more or less solid, but I imagine at points, like parts of him have been a little see-through or more
Sure.
inky.
Yeah. And definitely here, you would become a lot more solid. Like not as solid as you would have been when you were still alive, but none of you can see through each other or any of the other spirits that you see.
I think also Kess is getting slightly more human features a little bit, like
Terrifying.
starting to look a little Tweety Bird-esque, like like
I'm just picturing like I think it's the Boy and the Heron, the newer
see it.
Ghibli movie.
Somehow haven't seen yet.
Yeah, I
It is a
haven't either.
Ghibli movie, yeah, but I have
Yeah.
also.
So like not really a story spoiler, but the heron like occasionally will have like human eyes and a human nose on its like bird face, and it's honestly just disturbing.
I
There's a
think
lot
that
of
it is definitely disturbing.
there's a lot of like mild but still kind of unexpected body horror for being what
Well,
it
like
is.
that isn't new to Ghibli though. Like, let's be honest. Spirited
Yeah.
Away, Porco Rosso to an extent.
That's true. That's true. Princess Mononoke, yeah.
Princess, yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess it was just in a different form than I was expecting.
Kess also has sleeves, but no a shirt with sleeves, but no shirt.
I think Red just looks at Kess though as like, Kess, have you considered the possibility that you're not like really a bird?
I don't actually. I think that I'm probably not. I just don't.
Okay.
I don't know. This is how I showed up. At some point, maybe I'll be me, but I just know that I was obviously a really good person. And this is the part of the underworld that I'm probably supposed to be in anyway.
Kind of just slow nod, like, yep. I mean, you know better than I would anything about yourself.
I mean,
Like-
I don't remember really anything, but I'm fairly sure about those things, that I was a good person.
Or good bird.
Yeah.
Good bird
a lot.
person.
I mean,
Yeah.
just like you guys are good. Obviously,
I'm
we're all
trying
good
to
friends
be.
to each other.
I'm not
So,
bad.
no. Sometimes you have to make hard decisions in life, and I'm sure that'll be the same thing here. But I can tell. I wouldn't hang out with you guys if you weren't good people. Or good ghosts. I don't know. Whatever we are, it's fine.
But then this could bring in the whole nature versus nature debate. If there's less we know about ourselves right now, then maybe intrinsically we're good, we're fine. But then once we regain those memories of who we were before, if we do fully, we realize maybe we weren't good people. Maybe at our cores, yes, we were. But then who we turned out to be, no, not so much. You could be a total dick, Cass.
Just you, nobody else.
And a cannibal.
I
No, Red's my best friend. I truly fully believe in Red being a good person.
Cass is having an existential crisis about how she might be a cannibal.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Not all cannibals are bad people.
Wait a
It
second.
could just be a cultural
I-
thing. You know, there
I
are.
feel like I knew that I liked chicken, and if I'm a bird, I maybe am a cannibal.
I mean, if you were a person as well, like it could be a sign of respect. There are certain tribes who eat the dead. They're dead, or maybe you were kept as a pet as a bird. I know with certain farm animals, okay, this is just gross. Like out of character. I don't know if you want me to talk about any of that.
It doesn't bother me.
Tangent.
No, just
Like you're
sometimes,
saying that if I was a pet and then my owner died, I would have eaten their eyeballs because I would have been starving. I get it. Okay.
like if you were actually a cat, yes.
That's true. Maybe you're neither a bird nor a person. You could be something else entirely. There are
Like a
some
bird cat.
animals, yes, and there are some animals that are as intelligent, as some humans.
Cass is
Although,
going
depending on
to-
how you think of it, it could be that some humans are as smart as animals.
Cass is gonna land on the ground and think really hard about being a cat for a while and see if they can change.
Lemon's unfazed that he just did that to Cass.
Cass, give me a roll. Give me the 2d6 plus 1.
Okay. 10 total.
Okay. Yeah, I think that you would start to change form. You would keep your wings, and even like to an extent, some of your bird-like facial features, like your beak, especially. What kind of house cat would you become, though?
Oh, well, like a domestic short hair, sort of a situation. But because I have wings and a beak, I feel like I'm doing a real sphinxy kind of
Oh, no,
vibe.
Griffin for sure.
Oh, yes, sure.
Yeah, you were close.
Aren't sphinxes cats?
Yes,
No,
but
whatever.
less of the bird. Less of the bird.
Okay, whatever.
More
Okay,
cat with the human.
sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm not gonna fight with mythology with Rain ever. Ever.
This is my shit.
I'm gonna just be quiet and say yes. Yes, I know. Thank you.
No, you're good. But yeah, you become a house cat sized griffin.
Oh, that's exciting. How does it feel?
About the same. So maybe not also my real
Okay.
play. I mean, maybe I'll feel it. Maybe I should just start like changing to different things. See how it goes. That was kind of tiring,
That could
honestly.
be fun.
Although before you do that, like do a quick, look around. Are people staring at us? Does it look like we should leave being in the middle of the road? Like,
Can I still fly as a griffin?
Less well than you could before. Like you can still fly, but not as like finely maneuvered.
Yeah, I feel like my butt is like sagging, like I'm getting used to it. Like this is really weird, guys. And yeah, I think we're fine. I'm gonna go on the ground. This doesn't seem like an actual way to be because this seems a little lopsided and kind of
you
does
have
like
more
a
legs than
dive bomb.
before. Yeah.
Kind of does a dive bomb and like kind of kersplats on the ground, like, but kind of, like it's only about half as graceful as a cat would be.
Mm-hmm. I'm just picturing like the hang in there motivational cat, but with wings.
Oh, yeah.
Only with a terrified look on their face, like
not motivational whatsoever.
Yeah,
no,
very demotivational.
Yeah.
I love that so much. But yeah, you are not in a road. Really, you don't see any kind of like solid path. There's not a lot of structures. There are some small buildings, but they don't look like they're enclosed. Like everything looks very, very open. And you notice there's no sun, but it is very bright. It is like it is the middle of the day. As far as temperature goes, it is cool, but warm at the same time. Like it is maybe a cool breeze, but a nice like warmth from the sun or whatever source of light. So really, picture just the nicest spring day, like the perfect spring day.
April 25th.
Fragrance of yes.
All you need is a light jacket.
Yeah, like the fragrance of wildflowers and fruit. Absolutely a lot of like wine smells, but not overpowering. Just a wafting occasional smell. It's just a very delightful place. Like nothing seems bad here.
So we're in Elysium now,
Mhm.
and well, I don't see anything that points danger or avoid this. So, what do you two think? Should we keep looking?
Kess is walking very weirdly and trying to stay upright as they are not used to having a body this large and are kind of falling over and not paying attention at all.
Amazing. Very cat-like.
Cass, we can't really wait for you to get your sea legs, cat legs. Are you good to go? Can you still fly? Do we need to carry you?
Yes, can I have a ride, please? I will try and think in a moment about being a bird again, or a person, or a kraken. Maybe a kraken next.
That seems like that might be rather large, and also we're not really close to water. Yeah, do you mind? As long as Kess allows, Red will go and pick up, but like baby style, so kind of like cradling Kess, and Red will just be
This
like,
is nice.
this feels natural. That's odd.
Maybe you owned little griffins in the past.
I think that must be it. I must have been like a griffin tamer or something. Like,
Maybe we knew each other. Except I
maybe,
don't really think I'm a griffin.
but you could have been maybe a coworker.
Maybe.
Could still have known each other.
That's true.
friend.
Oh, Griffin.
Yeah.
Maybe I was the griffin and you were the griffin trainer.
Amazing. Okay, so next kraken, then griffin trainer. Got it.
We keep exploring Elysium, I think.
Yeah, we keep.
Yeah, so similar to what I was saying initially, you see a lot of different statues, and you do see a lot of people. Would you be approaching any of these individuals, or would you be kind of keeping your distance still?
Red does not approach anyone.
Are all the people we see people shaped?
I'm sorry, what?
Are all the people that we see people shaped?
Yes.
Like there are no people who are animal shaped?
I mean, you don't know if they're people or if they're just animals. I think there are probably a number of dogs, probably some cats, but not the dickhead ones.
But as
We
you know,
don't know
old dogs
that.
go to heaven, so
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kess starts thinking people thoughts. But I think they're also a little bit tired, so they may need a little time to recharge as a kitty griffy.
Yeah.
Kitty griffin.
Honestly, that's Kessa's real name, Kitty Griffey.
does start with a K.
Yeah.
It does. Starts with a K. We don't
That's
know.
fine.
We don't know.
Does anybody else approach any of the other spirits that you see, or are you just going to kind of investigate and keep your distance still? I know, Red, you said you're keeping your distance.
I think Lemon is just feeling very. We got to do this. He walks up to someone.
Okay.
Tell me who's here. Who can I walk up to?
So I think you do see a number of, probably not any individuals, but like small groups of people of various different gender presentations. But you also see that there's a larger gathering who seem to be very fixated on a strong armored figure who seems to be standing a little bit above all of them. You can't really see how they're above them, but they seem to be maybe on some sort of raised platform.
Mhm.
This is just like one individual.
One who seems to be like elevated, but a lot of people, like a large crowd, is gathered around them.
Red would stay right on the fringes of the crowd. So I think trying to stay close enough to hear if that like individual starts like talking, but definitely not trying to get in the thick of it.
Sure. And as you approach this crowd, you can probably hear at least that they are speaking for a little ways away. But once you get sort of to the edges of the crowd, you can start to make out a little bit more of the details. Uh, and this person, you can hear other people in the crowd talking about Alexander. So you can gather this is probably who this is, just because of the way that they're like saying, "Oh, he mentioned this thing that he was just talking about." Uh, Talking a lot about his, and he never says the word discover because it's definitely a very like colonizer. Like I discovered this world that's full of people. Weird. Columbus discovered
No one else was
America.
there before, you know? That's how that works. Yeah.
Zero
Truly
people.
amazing how no one was on this giant landmass before.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Wow.
so weird. Uh, yeah.
Weird.
Like doesn't use the word discover, but does talk about um, like helping to rebuild the world. And you hear a lot that you might have known in life. It's not uncommon knowledge, but not all of it is like super well known. Like parts of the history of New Alexandria are just a little bit more vague. Uh, you know that the only solid history is about 100 years. Anything beyond that is nobody
Witchcraft.
seems to know anything. Yeah, like nobody seems to know.
Heresy,
Hmm.
suspicion. Okay.
Honestly, not even a lot of suspicion. It's more just like we know that it was here, but we don't know what it was like. Um, but you can hear Alexander talking about this broken world, this world that was nearly lifeless, and how when he arrived, he helped to restore it. Definitely seems like there's at least a little bit of humility, that like he's not taking all of the credit. He's not saying like I came here and I did this all by myself. Like talks about working with the people who were already there, and just seems to be narrating at length about his great deeds.
Red will lean over to Lemon and just be like, does this guy feel like a little full of himself, maybe?
A little much, yes.
Okay, yeah.
You want to throw a rock at him?
I don't know about
It
a
feels
rock. Hmm?
You're right. We need to
it
keep a
sounds like a
lower
lot of
profile.
fun. Oh,
No, but we don't want
okay.
to get kicked out. Yeah, I think I'll keep going and try to go again around the edge of the crowd and, keep walking. We're a little bit more solid, so I think we're walking by now.
Hey,
Sure.
Brett, could you put me down really quickly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I want to think about being person-sized for a second.
Any specific features?
Yes. I think she is very small. What is that?
It, so I've noticed it occasionally does have like weird reactions if you make certain gestures. I don't know why it did that one, because
Yeah.
It did what?
it did
Oh,
like
if you're using
give
a
a little thumbs
Mac,
up.
yeah. If you're
Oh,
using a
Weird.
Mac, that's why it does it. I've got mine
Oh,
turned off right
oh
now. Okay,
no, it doesn't. It doesn't like you.
Mitch, come on.
Unfortunately, it's way funnier if it's just not doing it now. Oh.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh! That's amazing.
It's just not doing.
There we
Oh,
go.
there
Oh,
we
there it
go.
Okay. Turning it off again.
Yeah.
Like I've
Yeah.
got a Mac, and often, I'm not doing it right now, but often I will use my iPhone as my webcam.
Camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pro tip: if you want good video quality, like while you stream and stuff, use your iPhone. You can get
I'm on my iPad right now, and yeah, it's fantastic.
yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I don't know why the MacBooks themselves don't have great video quality when the phones do, but you know what? We're not getting
Yeah.
into this.
This is
You're
now
more
a
humanoid.
calling out Mac products.
Is it not sponsored? Not,
Yeah, I don't think they want to sponsor us if we're talking shit about them.
Yeah.
That's fine. It's whatever.
Anyway, yeah. What
She appears to be kind of halfling sized and kind of girl shaped.
Okay. Yeah, give me another roll.
I do love the sentence, halfling sized and girl shaped.
Yeah.
I do like that sentence.
Only an 8.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, with an 8, you're still able to achieve
But a
your
10 in our
desired.
hearts.
Yeah, you achieve the desired effect. No dice though.
How does Kess, you're taller now.
Oh yeah. As she
How'd you
looks
do
up at
that?
you.
Yeah. How are you
Um,
doing all these changes?
Well, I just thought really hard about being a person.
If only that worked in real life.
All the trans people in the world are.
Yeah.
Wayne,
thinking
I
the same
just sent you a message that is important in this
Okay.
moment. I just decided it.
I kind of figured, which is fantastic. Cass, I think you have just a strange burst of memories. Maybe even memories of being a student.
And being a star.
And then
Very dramatic.
and then
Being the
being
best.
dead. Very, very
Oh.
dead.
And also maybe being undead and then dead again.
Maybe
Oh,
not undead. Maybe like someone was trying to bring you back, and out of spite, you flip them off and say "fuck you" and die anyway. Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
cat.
something like that.
Yes, like a cat. This is 100% just over the table. The message that Aaron sent me. This is actually a character that was an NPC who was Aaron's PC's ex,
Oh.
who
And
she killed for reasons. Like there's valid reasons.
she was a very good person in her mind.
Yeah. Very
The best,
Yeah.
really. Very demure. Very mindful.
Yeah.
I can tell. Yeah.
The head of the drama club, literally.
That's
and
why I was being
figuratively.
very dramatic and being a star.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I just I don't know. What do you think? This feels a little bit more like me, I guess. Maybe.
I think if you feel happy about it, then you should go with it. I'd say you look good, but honestly, you still kind of look vaguely amorphous to me.
maybe I'll work on that. I don't remember what I looked like. All I know is that I was a really good person.
What do you want to look like?
Probably hot.
Hmm.
Just focus on that.
Okay.
Solid advice.
Tess thinks about being hot.
It's manifesting.
God, I wish that's how that worked in real life. I wish I had an 8-pack. I wish I had an 8-pack.
Look, I saw this on TikTok, and it's my new favorite thing, where if you put yourself down, to help with self-image issues and stuff, so you're not always getting down on yourself. Every time you're like, God damn, I'm an idiot, or I can't believe I fucked that up. I can't believe I put the red sock with my whites. Everything's pink now. If you finish it with, but at least I'm hot. It works. I've been doing this for like a week now. It works.
So
Because like I
funny
feel
you say that.
great.
I do.
So some friends of mine and Aaron's, kind of as not really a joke, but like as a way of making things a little bit nicer. Whenever somebody would say like, "Oh yeah, I'm an idiot," or whatever, they'd say, "No, you're not. You're just pretty." Like, so that's kind of been like an ongoing joke for a lot of us. It's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm just very pretty. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pretty." And also like another thing that's kind of been going around in our like friend group is just like, don't talk to my friend like that.
That's
Like,
yeah.
that one's been, I really like that one. Whenever you're talking to a friend who's being hard on themselves, just like,
That's
yeah, don't
because
talk to
you
my friend
always
like that.
threaten violence that you were going to beat us up if we talk to your friend like that.
With love.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm still not cutting any of this. I'm leaving it all.
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Because you're hot.
Because we're
Exactly. Yeah, so as Kess is manifesting, I think you start to get just another little bit of memory. You had a similar name. It wasn't Kess, though.
Probably Kitty Griffey.
Probably.
Probably is.
Yeah. Right on the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so one thing, Red, because you were a little bit more actively like seeking out information, like listening to both Alexander and the other people nearby, you hear someone talking about a museum that seems like it's here in Elysium. And one thing that you hear a couple of times, just from like random people, is talking about the Shield of Damocles.
Well, it sounds interesting.
Oh,
We should go see it.
shield. Wasn't it a sword? Are
Yeah, I
you
was
familiar
gonna
with this,
say-
Red?
remember.
Yes. Oh, that's right.
Doesn't a shield seem kind of boring? Like, we should definitely go for a sword. It's way cooler.
But maybe a shield will help us not get killed so much.
We're already dead, though. Right? That's what they keep telling me.
Well, we are dead, but I think what Lemon is trying to say is that we could stop having the awkward coming out of the river bit.
Oh.
Yeah,
Which
nobody
I'm a
Yeah,
likes,
fan
okay.
of.
nobody
Yeah.
likes coming out over and over.
It's exhausting.
Truly. Fun fact. Back in, was it 2015 when on TLC My Husband's Not Gay came out?
Oh no.
It's because of that I ended up coming out to my coworkers and started coming out in general, because I was so annoyed, because like I grew up Mormon and stuff, and I was just so annoyed with it.
Yeah.
And I had such strong opinions. I was talking to one of my coworkers about it, and she was like, "Do you want me to help you come out to everyone else?" I'm like, "God damn it!" Yes, Breezy. Let's. It's
I mean,
time.
at least she was like there for you to, help you through it.
Breezy was amazing. I loved my coworkers. Anyway, we're
Not
short
getting
on
cut.
time.
None of us has ADHD. 0%. Yeah, so I do think all of you probably would know. Typically, what you hear about is these sort of Damocles, like the danger of like fate looming over you at all times. The shield of Damocles would not ring any bells. Does not sound like something you've ever heard of.
Well, I think we definitely should go take a look at the very least. It's not like we're running out of time or anything like that. We're dead, so.
Oh yeah, we have to be here forever. This is gonna get really boring.
Right, that's why I didn't want to stay in that terrible field 2 stops ago. That would have been awful.
I mean, to be fair, you would have lost memory of everything and it wouldn't have mattered as much.
That doesn't fill me with comfort.
Yeah, it
Fair.
just kind of makes me pissed off. Like, maybe I died in a really unfair way. Saving other people, obviously, but like, I feel
Yeah.
like somebody was definitely a real douchebag.
Because I think that you hear somebody like must have been eavesdropping, and just like a random spirit's like, well, better pissed off than pissed on.
Oh, it
You
depends
don't
what
know
you're
me.
into.
I don't know me either. So why don't you quit being judgy?
Like, oh man, how did this one get into Elysium? Jeez.
The bar
Because I
keeps
was a
getting
great
lowered.
person. I was a great person. Obviously.
Yeah, the bar is very low.
What can you tell us, since you're eavesdropping? What can you tell us about the shield of Damocles?
Not a whole lot. I've heard about it. I've never seen it. It's really hard to get to.
Is it not in this museum?
Oh, it is, but the museum, it's kind of tricky. You can't just walk into it.
What do you mean?
You have to be let in.
Why wouldn't they let us in? We're a delight.
Can we let ourselves in?
Probably not. No, I think you need a key.
Who do you talk to get the key then?
Not me.
Oh, you're useless to us.
Okay. Where is the museum?
I'm kidding.
I feel like Lemon would say that though, just like maybe very, very quietly.
Very.
Yeah.
Lemon's at least thinking it, maybe.
Thinking
Cass
Yeah.
would definitely be thinking it for sure.
Yeah, so asking about like where it's located, they just say, yeah, I don't know. The key though, it's tricky. But you probably want to talk to Alexander. He's kind of the one, who knows all the stuff.
He seems like he's the worst though, right?
Yeah, he seemed a little busy.
Oh, cool though. Like, did you hear all those stories?
Yeah, alright. We're gonna go back and talk to Alexander, guys, and then Red can't really do like an arm over both Lemon and Kess because of the height difference.
Yeah.
So goes to put our arm around Lemon and then just kind of like puts hand on Kess's shoulder.
Fantastic.
Love it.
Probably still has to lean over a little bit, like, it's just kind of awkward.
Halflings are very small.
Yeah. All right. Who wants to talk to as I'm like wheeling us away back to where Alexander is? I feel like I'm not the worst at talking to people. I can always go talk to him and see if I can get that key.
So I think that I haven't gotten my people talking to skills yet because like nobody really paid attention to me when I was trying to tell them that or when I was trying to get information. Nobody listened to me. So maybe they'll listen to you and Mika, or I'm sorry, not Mika, Lemon, or because your
I
name on
mean,
your
maybe they
screen
really
is
like
Mika.
Mika.
Sorry. Yeah.
I can be
Uh,
brown. I can be yellow like a lemon.
um maybe they'll listen to you better. Also, I seem to be at sort of a height disadvantage.
Actually, is that true? Is there like no other like halflings or dwarves or other people who are
There
not tall?
there are, but they're definitely not like a majority by any means. There's
And
probably a good mix, but enough taller people and some people who are like head and shoulders above the crowd. Maybe like some Goliaths or half giants. Um, so yeah, it's definitely not easy for Kess to see through the crowd at this point.
but
It's not easy being green.
yeah, and as as Fred talks about dwarves, Kess just goes, hate fucking dwarves.
Oh,
Okay.
Just the fucking part. Just the fucking part.
I think maybe you weren't as good a person as you thought you were.
What are you talking about? I was obviously a great
That's
person.
racism.
That's why I'll reflect on that. Give me a moment.
While Kess is having a moment, Red will look at Lemon and be like, "Well, do you want to join me talking to Alexander then? You seem to be very good at the formal sort of talking."
Okay. Just let me get the hatred out of me first. Oh, hatred is a strong word, but let me just heard the bullshit. Okay.
Wah,
red
wah.
leather, yellow leather. Tally ho.
Meanwhile, Kess is reading the scroll White Fragility.
Gnome fragility or halfling fragility?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm so
I
Oh, my.
really, even when I read this, I still feel like it's all about me.
Kess has never heard of decentering. Not even
Neither has that book.
Hasn't heard of what?
decentering, like not making it all about yourself.
I read it. It's not a very good book.
It's decent parts, but yeah, I'm currently reading it for class, so you know.
Yeah. There are better ones that are not written by white people.
That's fair. That's fair. Anyway, so are you making your way through the crowd, or are you going to wait and see like if the crowd disperses at some point and you can get Alexander maybe more on his own?
I think Red will wait like 5 to 10 minutes, and then if it feels like this crowd's really never going anywhere, then Red will slowly do the kind of like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me, pardon me, coming through, until like I am at like the foot of the stage.
Okay. I think you feel like it's not winding down, and you start kind of making your way through, not rudely, but it would be a little bit slow going, just trying to get through without being a dick.
Yeah.
And you do notice that it feels like the crowd's starting to disperse on their own, which makes it a little bit harder for you to make any progress, just because they do start to like not necessarily push against you, but they're going against you at this point.
Courage is going against me. Yeah.
Yeah. feels a lot like a similar experience fairly recently. A couple times in a certain
That
couple of rivers.
river, yeah.
Yeah. And by the time that you're able to see the podium, you notice that Alexander is not there anymore. But you can see where he's going.
Fuck, where is he? Where's that Yeah, where's he going?
Oh,
Yeah.
Aaron, you're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be looking? I was busy reading this book about how I can be a better person.
Oh my god.
I love the idea that Cass just like was standing there and then Red is somehow still right next to her. Like made all this progress and then everybody leaving, you just end up back in the same place.
She was just walking slowly and kind of like not paying attention as she was reading.
Ran into every single spirit possible.
Get off your phone!
Absolutely. And she was like, excuse me. Jeez.
These damn millennial spirits.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Red, you do see where Alexander seems to be going.
I'm gonna chase after him. No pretenses at this point. I am running as much as my little spirit legs are capable thereof.
Yeah. It does look like he is headed to one of the few buildings here. And you would see he sort of looks around. Would you be trying to hide at all, or would you be just like making a beeline for him and like being very obvious about your intentions?
No, I think if Red spots him getting like too close to the building, basically, Red will just be like, Mr. Alexander, sir, do you have a moment?
No autograph. Sorry. I'm very
Actually,
busy.
it could benefit you, actually.
And you see a helmeted head just like poke around the corner, like, go on.
You see, I heard that you've been recently in charge of a local museum and you have the key to it. And I just happen to be very skilled in the keeping of museums and the care of them. And I was thinking I could do you a huge favor, free of charge, of course. And in exchange, just let me borrow the key for a short while and I'll go check it out, make sure everything is in good condition, and then I'll give the key right back to you.
That sounds like haggling to me. If you
I'm
want to give a haggling roll.
Okay, so I have 3 dice plus karma. Okay. No, I have 2 dice
2 days.
and then plus 2. Okay. Too many different games that all have different
I know.
systems. Oh, I rolled really well. Okay. 14,
Damn.
which I think is the highest I could have possibly rolled, actually.
I was gonna say,
Yes,
I think
it
it's the
is.
I
highest
rolled
we've
a
had
6 and
so far.
I rolled a 6 and a 5, so I could have rolled a little worse, but anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still pretty damn good.
No,
Hey,
does
like-
that make it? Sorry, continue. It's a 14.
Oh no, you're good.
I can't do
um,
math.
I can't either. Anyway, he's just like, just come in here. And you see that, like, as you're making your way over to this building, his head kind of returns around the corner that he was peeking around. And when you get to where he has gone, like around into this building, no longer is wearing this suit of armor, and you're not entirely sure that this is a man. You think that maybe this is either
A Muppet?
what?
I love
Nothing.
it.
Yes,
Big
yes,
Bird goes to Elysium.
exactly. Yeah, no, it's actually Tim Curry as a Muppet,
Oh.
which now I just
I'm
want that.
so
in the game.
excited
I
about
actually do
this.
kind of want the Muppets Go to Elysium now, actually, though. Like,
100%.
We just keep coming up with ridiculous
Muppets.
ideas.
It's super copyrighted. It's fine.
No, sounds fake. Yeah, but you think that this is either some sort of like femme person, or maybe some sort of like, now that you have a little bit more knowledge, maybe like a non-binary person who could have even been presenting as more mask because of the privilege and power that it would give them. And they just say, okay, listen, I really just tired of having to lie about everything. And
It's exhausting.
yeah. But I also don't want to have to like, explain everything to everyone all the time. So yeah, I mean, if you want to help out with the museum, just don't fuck it up, okay?
No, of course not.
It's kind of a big responsibility, and I don't want to talk to Hades. Okay, like, don't make the big man come down here, please.
Yeah, of course. And your whole I think if you changed your armor a little bit, it might help you feel a bit better. Like the big breastplate is very 200 BC. I think it's way more than the 200 BC, but it's fine.
I mean, 200 BC, they were still using a lot of breastplate.
For some reason, I'm thinking there's many different styles of armor that you should try that might help you feel better.
Yeah, it is very constricting, like almost binding even.
Yeah.
Which I kind of, like that, but maybe
not all the time.
Yeah, and maybe there's better options that aren't so hard to breathe in.
Also, boobs are hot.
Except not everybody likes them. So, they do give some people some dysphoria. So,
Yeah.
it's whatever that person is into. Like whatever makes them happy. Gives them their gender euphoria.
Sure. But I think boobs are hot.
I mean, fair. On other people.
Well, I think I have some. I don't know. I'm kind of...
Unfortunately, I just picture Kess like sprouting them all of a sudden, being like, I think I have some, and then just badoo, like anime, like badong.
Yeah.
Like
It's the mommy milkers for sure.
Yeah. Not to curse you with that mental image, but also.
But here we are. And they just go to their pile of like armor and things and pull out this key, and it has a very similar like shadowy tendril that swirls around it like the the gnats. I can't remember what they were actually called, but the bugs that you exploded, Kess. Whenever you killed them, they had like a shadowy tendril energy coming out of them. And this key has something very similar to it.
Should I explode it too?
No. Don't worry about Kess. This is my companion,
okay.
Kess. I'll take the key, and I will take the key, and I suddenly have a messenger bag. And I put it in my messenger bag. And I'm a little confused because I don't think I've ever owned one of these before, but it's like really convenient. I really dig it.
I love the idea that Red is like naked but has a messenger bag.
It's also conveniently covering their crotch. Again, it's like early 2000s animation where just really conveniently there's always something like censoring.
I love the running gags where like it's a naked person walking through the house and it's like, here's some fruit and like somebody
the salt shakers, like the dog sitting up at the right moment. Like it's that vibe. Like throughout this, like running after Alexander has still just been like
amazing.
The statues are naked still. It's just Red. It's just
right,
red.
right.
Yeah.
There's always a convenient fig leaf.
Yeah.
Which in this case is just, your own like not wanting to be exposed, not like any kind of like Catholic
No,
body
yeah,
shaming
yeah.
way. And they just say, so what do you know about the museum?
A lot. It is full of important artifacts like the shield,
Mm-hmm.
Important history. You
and
know,
it would
to
be very bad if something happened to it.
Very bad, yes.
the worst.
So we'll be very careful.
Well, the shield of Damocles can do things that could cause a lot of problems if they got into the wrong hands. I'm sure you're familiar with the three fates and how they weave the tapestry of everything, of fate itself. The shield can prevent that, can protect from the fates interfering.
Which is why we'll be very careful.
Yeah, listen, I probably shouldn't just be trusting you, but I don't know. Something about you, I guess.
I just have like a trustworthy face, don't I?
Exactly, yeah. Very pretty.
Also,
I
he
think.
wouldn't be in Elysium if he wasn't a good guy, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
And they're just like, yeah, you're also just like a very pretty man, so like, combination.
Red suddenly gains again still this blank face, but trustworthy.
I think at this point, I need to write myself out of the scene. Lemon, curiously, okay, so where are we right at this moment?
I mean,
Like,
would you have followed Red to where Alexander was?
No, I think Lemon let Red handle that, and Lemon is going around talking to other people to get a feel for the area.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
gonna say we're about to wrap anyway because it is getting late. But, yeah, what did you have in mind?
No, that was it. Lemon is just
Okay,
kind of like moved away a little bit.
schmoozing,
Yeah, schmoozing.
which is a word that I never really use, but it's a good word. I like it.
Truly.
What were you gonna say, Aaron?
Oh, Kess is just nodding and trying to be helpful by being like a yes man for Elliot, like or not. I'm sorry. You guys have
No,
names?
I know. I should
I'm
put
sorry,
it
no,
in.
you're right.
Yeah.
I'll do it next time.
Yep.
So just being a yes man for Red and just being like, yep. Very bad if anything happened.
So, the museum, it's not here, but it's here. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it's metaphorically here.
No, it's literally here, but not here. So you can use this key anywhere, and it will unlock the museum.
Metaphysically here.
Sure.
That's definitely what I said the first time, not metaphorically.
I believe you. Very trustworthy. Even more trustworthy now.
And I think Red will extend hand for Alexander to shake. And
I think they give you the like predator handshake.
yes,
like
forearm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Red will be like, again, I really think you should just look into different armor, I think it might really help. You feel maybe a little bit better. Again, the copper breastplate thing kind of has fallen out of style. I think
Mm.
it will.
Yeah, probably will. I mean, it's the weird thing about the underworld. Like,
It's all
Like-
kind of at the same time.
yeah,
Yeah.
almost like it's just an illusion. Like time's not real.
You gave Kess another existential crisis with that one.
Thank you for your time, Alex. Maybe Alex is the play. Maybe you just go by Alex.
Yeah, or like Al or Xander.
Lynn, maybe, and play with some words there.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say that is a good place for us to wrap up, though, as we have the key, and we are going to hopefully finish this out next time. We'll have a little bit more time. So
Metaphysically, you metaphysically finish the game,
yeah, if not metaphorically.
if not metaphorically.